Coming up tonight on Blitz, Panthers and Indians let loose in the zoo. The county versus the city in a battle of undefeateds. Plus, MAIS juggernaut Jackson Prep will look to prove its dominance against MHSAA 3A stud Forest. And let the smack talk begin. Northwest Rankin and top-ranked Pearl settle the dispute on the field in the Rankin County rivalry game. Friday night just got serious. Lock it down. Send the house. Coach just called in the Blitz.
This is Blitz 16, the one to watch. Now your host, Josh Jackson.
Folks, turn up the volume. Let's head out to Terry. Bulldogs hosting Florence. First quarter, THS came out swinging after going up early 6-0. Davian Stark tells Florence, you can't handle this 6A ball. Bulldogs up 12-0. But Ian Vaughn would answer, says, we're 4A, but take this, bruh. Strike to Cameron McDougal. Just like that, Eagles within 6. Folks, if some is good, more has to be better. This time he hooks up with Josh Quick. Nice catch there, Florence. In the red zone, the Garrett Pawpaw lead would cap it off. Eagles take a 13-12 lead. Let's see that Pawpaw rumble in the end zone. Terry answered though. Michael Hilliard and that defense would step up. Nice textbook tackle there, but the Garrett Pawpaw Lee had end zone on the brain. Big boy running to the crib like the street lights came on. He's gonna go all the way to the end zone. But folks, hold on now, it got a little dirty. Laundry was on the field. Somebody was holding like it was a conversation. It's called back. Coach Pruitt not happy. He later smiled though once they got to 27-26 win in overtime. You are dialed into the most comprehensive Friday night football show in the Magnolia State. Welcome in to week 3 of Blitz 16 presented by Bank Plus. I'm 16 WAPT Sports Director Josh Jackson.
And I'm sports anchor Ashley Shomney. Josh, plenty of rivalry games on tap tonight.
Oh, you bet. That's right, Ashley. How about the Slick City Boys of Yazoo hosting the county crew? They call it the Battle of the Zoo. Yazoo City and Yazoo County midway through the first. No score. Quarterback runs Cedric Weekly, drops back, keeps it himself, and picks up the first down. Later in the first, Weekly drops back, and he's going to keep it himself again, makes a nice move and dives for the extra yards, but Yazoo County says not so fast. Yazoo City gaining momentum, though, moving on to the second period with the ball in the red zone. Dwayne Jones, though, makes the incredible interception. Woo, check him out, and gives the Panthers the football early in the second. Coach did not like that. Let's see what his expression is. 38 hot, that's what they call that. Later in the second, still no score until Kenny Gainwell, he's headed to Memphis, finds Duntrell Green in the end zone, giving the Panthers a 6-0 lead. This one would be all Panthers as they win it. 42-6 is your final.
Well, Don Ragsdale of Pisgah racked up 418 yards last week. St. Andrews, though, they were determined to shut down the Dandy Dozen, pull off the upset. So here we go with the Dragons and Saints on this one. St. Andrews starts it off, a handoff to Lane Carr. He runs it for a first down. Going to be tackled by Pisgah's Jeffrey Cole. A few possessions later, Holland Towns throws a touchdown to Spencer Wallace. Check out that catch. It's for a St. Andrews TD. Pisgah trying to make something happen. Zane Cothran has it, completes a pass to Dylan Usry. Usry turns on the Jets. He gets a first down and more. Finally getting tackled by a couple of those St. Andrews guys. Bryce Lofton makes a field goal to add 3 to the scoreboard for Pisgah. The final, though, St. Andrews wins it big, 43-19.
Don Ragsdale makes a huge difference there. He didn't play tonight. Actually, now to our game of the week. Northwest Rankin and top-ranked Pearl talk that smack all week long.
It was put up or shut out time Friday. Micah Fleet has the result in our Sonic Game of the Week.
Week 3, and we're loving rivalry games. Northwest Rankin 3 straight wins against Pearl coming into this one. You know this is going to be a grudge match. Pirates come sailing in early. Cougars go to punt, but Pearl senior Dylan Kelly shows them that's a bad idea. 60-plus yards, full sail to make it 7-0 home team. Cougars try to get super senior Cameron Carroll going, but stellar plays from guys like Willie Brown keep Pearl on top. Pirates hit a field goal to make it 10-0 at the break, and they leave the field with Kyle confidence, maybe too much confidence. Cougar senior Monty Williams with a strip sack on quarterback Jake Smithhart. Ball bounces around before J.Q. Haynes falls on it. Cougars get the points, 10-7, Pearl lead. Pirates look vulnerable as a batted Smithhart pass ends up in the hands of Northwest Rankin's Taylor Hunt, but Willie Brown still plays for Pearl. He picks off sophomore Phillip Short and gets the long return. That sets up a Smithhart bomb to who else but Dylan Kelly. The smallest man on the field talks the biggest game. Northwest's last attempt falls short as Pearl takes a knee to snap the 3-year losing streak with a 17-7 win.
We had to shut them up. They were talking a lot of smack on TV, on the news. Hey, we just had to shut them up. We had to end the streak.
Hey, we play a good opponent. I can't lie, good opponent. But when you talk noise, it just come back and hunt you.
We teach them all the time, football is life, and being resilient is going to carry with these kids the rest of their life. And no matter what happens, I believe these kids are going to fight to the bitter end. I don't know that we'll win every game, but I know those 76 kids are going to fight as hard as they can till that last whistle sounds, and that's all you can ask for.
Pearl's walking away with a W tonight. As for Northwest Rankin, this one doesn't get any easier. Next week, they got to go to Brandon. Pearl is going to take on Parkway. For now, we're here in Pearl. Micah Fleet, 16 WAPT Sports.
How about that? All that SPAC talk comes to an end. Pearl wins it 17-7, ending that 3-game losing skid.
Well, wake up, folks. Time for my sleeper game of the night, and it is no snoozer here. It's the Metro's oldest rivalry game. Brandon taking on Clinton at Clinton. Both teams enter tonight 1-1. Pick it up in the first. Will Rogers takes the lead, looks to find an open, but it's taken down by the Arrows defense. That's senior's defensive tackle, Ronnie Thomas, with the sack. This next time you get it right, though, Rogers drops back in the pocket, gets into this guy, 6'5", 238-pound tight end Reed Tyler with the catch and the stretch. Bulldogs, however, would not capitalize. Still in the first, Clinton takes it. Quarterback Hunter Halsey finds, looks like Cam Akers, multiple Bulldog defenders there to take down this guy, but it's actually junior running back Ryan Davis. Finally, second quarter action, a kickoff by the Bulldogs lands at the 1-yard line, folks. That sets up this. Clinton has a miscommunication from Halsey to his running back, has him going right with no one to give it to, fumbles to the left. Bulldogs will recover at the 1. Rogers hands it off to Span, who finished with 17 carries for 52 yards and this touchdown. PAT good. Brandon leads at 7-3 at that point. They would go on to take the cake. Bulldogs win it 21-6. All right, now let's get to our anatomy of the play. We're actually going to break down a play from a different game tonight. This one from Hartfield Academy and Leake Academy. So here we have it with the Hawks having it first. Quarterback number 10 with the handoff to senior running back Klein Stone right there. Offensive line giving these guys plenty of time. Stone breaks the first tackle, gets away. He's almost stopped again, but the wide receiver number 4 makes another key block for him. Stone was able to gain a couple extra yards on the play because of those crucial blocks, but let's break this down in slow motion with our blitz playback button. So here you go. We're going to start with the O-line, number 75 and 77. 77 blocking just enough of number 13 on the defense. We didn't have many names on these rosters, so sorry about that, but it's 77 who makes the pull block that gives the running back time to get the edge. Stone broke through the arm tackles with knee drives. And the wide receiver number 4, well, he stayed square on the defender, which allowed Stone to make a cut on his block and gain a couple extra yards on that play. And there you have it, Josh Ashley's anatomy of the play.
Love it every week, Ashley. Always have a good time with that one. You know, Jackson Prep went to Forest tonight looking to make a statement. The Patriots have dominated private schools for the last 5 years. Head coach Ricky Black looked to flex his muscles in the public school sector. Pick it up in the first with Forest. First play, some miscommunication. Braden Cook snaps the ball before Jacob Brooks is ready for it. Luckily, he's able to recover the loose ball. On Jackson Prep second possession, Chance Lovertich. He's going to drive back to pass, but Forrest DeBunyal Lofton brown paper bags him. Huge sack, and Forrest fumble. Prep retains the ball, though. Later in the first, going to drive. You just saw that. Russell Roberts makes that nice catch, and then Jerrion Ely a little bit later is going to get into the end zone. That would make it 7-0, but about this one, Forrest, they tried everything they could tonight. It was just impossible for them to pull this one out. Jerrion Ely and those Jackson Prep Patriots, they pull it out. They come out on top. That final, folks, how about this one? Final score, 14-3. Jackson Prep pulls off the upset. Time to take our first break here on the Blitz, but when we return to the jungle we go. Anthony Hart and company hosting the D'Iberville Warriors. What's that? Well, welcome back. Larry Weems is slowly but surely turning things around at JA. Friday, St. Joe looked to press pause on his progress as the Bruins hosted the Raiders. Let's get right to it. St. Joe's Reed Collins is going to hit Trey Frierson for a 15-yard gain there. Next play, back to the air. Collins hits Joe Pearson for a 12-yard gain, which leads to a 19-yard field goal. Bruins up 3-0 at that point. Now let's get to Jackson Academy. Benner Walker is going to take the handoff here in just a second. He's going to rush for a 15-yard gain. Big man, there you go. Pick up that first down there. And that will lead to a 20-yard field goal. Score would be tied at 3-3. Jackson Academy will go on to win this one over the Bruins. That final, can we see it? What's that final? Do we have it yet? Yes, 31-17.
Next up, we stay in Madison County. Check in with Madison Central. Jags averaging nearly 300 yards a game on the ground this year. Friday, they got the Iberville. Madison Central led it 14-0 at the half. Cedric Bill would try and add some more runs up the middle for a 7-yard gain. But the next play here, the snap flies right over J.D. Hull's head. The Warriors would recover in the end zone. That would cut the score. Jags up just 14-7 at that point. On the Jaguars' next possession, it's not looking too good for Hull here. This time, his pass is picked off by Iberville. And the very next play, the Warriors would punch it in to tie up the score at 14 apiece. But this one would be all Madison Central as they win it 27-21. Much more action from across the state coming up, but first, some more Friday night finals from the Magnolia State.
Ragsdale, yeah, Don the Country Boy Ragsdale, our Week 2 Bank Plus Blitz 16 Player of the Week. He racked up 419 yards on 34 carries last week and reached pay dirt 5 times. Joel Ross of Bank Plus joined me this morning to help present Don with this award. Pisgah win, wow, out there in Rankin County. Let's go, Dragons. Remember, if you have a nominee, email me or sports anchor Ashley Shabadi by noon on Sunday. And players, don't forget, don't try to trick us. We're going to check with your coach. Don't pad those stats. Harrison Central made the 3-hour trip from the coast to visit Forest Hill. Patriots had plans of sending them back with an 0-3 record to South Jackson Field. Forest Hill already up 41-0 in this one. With the ball as Trevon Harris airs it out to the back of the end zone, but number 3 for Harrison Central intercepts it and makes a really nice return. A little bit later, Harrison Central's Chase Jones with the quarterback keeper. You're going to see here in just a second, he's going to pick up an impressive amount of yards. And as you can tell, they're working their way down the field. Later in the frame, Xavier Strickland picks up where he left off, and he's going to do what? Take it to the end zone. That final, folks, it was all Harrison Central. 47-0 over Forest Hill.
Taking it back to Clinton now. The Warriors of Clinton Christian hosting Ron Rushing and the Cougars of Brookhaven Academy tonight. Pick it up in the third. Cougars up 20-0. Quarterback Dawson Flowers finds receiver Cade Brown on the run. Brown takes the defense with him for a first down. A pep talk with the Warriors D, and they deliver. Flowers hands it off, but they're not going anywhere. A ferocious Cougar defense turns it over on 4th down, but Brookhaven Academy would have the last word. They win this one 34-6 is your final score. On the other side of the break, we head down Highway 25 to Hartfield Academy. Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back.
Don't change that channel. You're watching Blitz 16.
Well, welcome back. We want you to vote for Blitz 16 Player of the Week. To vote, go to WAPT.com, click on Instapoll 16 on the sidebar menu, and cast your ballot. Voting closes Wednesday at noon, and the winner will be announced Wednesday night during the 6 o'clock Sportscast with Sports Director Josh Jackson. Now, if you know a player that should be nominated from tonight's games, email myself or Josh Jackson with those email addresses by Sunday at noon.
Here we go again. To the MAIS we go. Hartfield looking for its first win of the year, hosting Leak Academy. Out to Flowood. Will Lawson Harkins tries a QB sneak early, and he's going to get speared by Jack Gaskin. There you go. Bring him on back here. A little bit later, Harkins, he's going to hand it off to Sam Wilder, but he's going to get stopped by number 18 for Hartfield. Then Klein Stone is going to run for a first down. Pick it up. There you go. Move those chains. Little bit later, number 10. Missed a lot of numbers on this one. Gets taken down by Sean Myers. And then later, Harkins will get sacked by number 18. Final score in this one, a lot of action. It was a tight one. Lee wins it, though, 28-27 over Hartfield. We'll step aside one last time, but when we return, it's this week's High Five Plays. Who takes home the top honor of the night? Find out next. Keep it locked on Blitz 16. Well, welcome back to Blitz 16, presented by Bank Plus. Before we say goodbye, it's the time you all wait for. This week's High Five Plays, Ashley.
I can't believe week 3 is already in the book, Josh. But here we go with number 5. This comes from Leak Academy. Will Lawson Harkins tries a QB sneak, but gets speared by Jack Gaskin. That one looked like it hurt. Check it out there in slow motion. That looks like a wrestling move there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Next up, number 4, Yazoo County's Dwayne Jones. Look at this one. Intercepts a potential Yazoo City touchdown.
That's what you call highest point there.
There you go.
That's highest point. That's how you go make a play, son. I like it.
Let's take it to number 3 now. This one comes from St. Andrews. Their quarterback, Holland Towns, throws a touchdown to Spencer Wallace. But if you look closely, look at that catch from Spencer Wallace. Right on the edge of that end zone. That's what I'm talking about.
Number 2, Madison Central. We're going to fumble the snap here. D. Iberville recovers and scores a touchdown. My coach used to tell me, scoop and score. That's what they did. But D. Iberville, you forgot something. To pick up the win, you didn't do it in the jungle. Anthony Hart and his boys pulled it out. How about number 1, Ian Vaughn of Florence, standing tall in the pocket, finds Josh Quick. What a catch.
What a
Check
name.
it out again. There he is, yeah. Josh Quick, he made some plays out there. He was out most of last year. He was injured. The Garrett Pawpaw Lee came in and made a lot of plays, but he's back. He played quarterback, wide receiver, running back. The man can ball. That's what he does. And they would go on to defeat Terry 27-26 in overtime. We've talked enough about high school tonight. Can we talk a little college?
It's time for college ball.
Let's make it happen. Tomorrow, to the Big 3, the college football season gets started for USM, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State. The Golden Eagles tomorrow get SEC foe Kentucky, a team they defeated on the road last year, 44-35. Saturday's matchup starts at 3 from the Rock. We'll have your highlights from that one. Also, Ole Miss welcomes South Alabama to town as interim head coach Matt Luke makes his head coaching debut. That one starts at 6:30. And over in Stark Vegas, the Bulldogs host Charleston Southern. Remember first game of the season for them, South Alabama. Didn't
go so well.
No, not at all there. And they came out with the L, but they did make it. Got an Egg Bowl win. Got a St. Petersburg Bowl win. And also, you know, a lot of recruits coming in. It's good for them. But also, folks, let's tell you this. Tonight, some key things we want to talk about. Forest Jackson Prep. Jackson Prep, any place. I did not. I actually went against. You should never go against. There you go. Should never go against Ricky Black. He proved tonight that whether it's MHSAA, MAIS, he can get the job done.
With Jerry on Ely, I figured I knew it wasn't going to be as easy as some wins, I'm assuming, but yeah. I had to go with Jackson Prep with Jerrion Ely.
That's it, and it showed tonight. They're just a great team. On any front, they come ready to play. Also, this is interesting, too. Don Ragsdale, who's our Blitz 16 Week 2 Player of the Week, had 34 carries last week, 400
yards.
and 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
And he didn't get a chance to play tonight, and Pisgah ended up losing this one, so that I was disappointed to see that. But how about this one, finally? Jefferson Davis County, the Jaguars, Prentice and Bassville combined, they go on the road and they defeat Wayne County. What a win for them. Congratulations. Great Week 3 of football. That's a wrap on Week 3 of Blitz 16.